Hi. So, in this video, I want to talk about highly sensitive men and, well, highly sensitive people, to be honest. It's not just men, it's just I'm speaking from the male perspective. Um, Although I do believe it can be universally applied to highly sensitive people. So, what I want to talk about is what it means to be strong as a highly sensitive person. And I came to my own current conclusion. Who knows how it will shift and change, but right now, to me, being strong as a highly sensitive person means to actually it means two things. First is to be true to myself, to be authentic in every moment that I'm able. And the second point is to stay open in any situation, to stay open. So, right now, I want to go on this topic, dive a little bit deeper with some examples. So, let's take a nice, relatable example of you are in a conflict situation. You may be in a relationship with a friend or a stranger, whoever it is, and he or she is yelling at you. It's really easy to shut down, close off, and just retreat or get triggered. The triggering effect can be the closing off, or maybe it's a more outward reaction where you defend yourself viciously or shout back or whatever it is. Um, to me, what it means to stay open is to keep my composure, still focus on what the other person is saying without judgment. Basically, really is to do my best to hear what is being said right now and make a sense out of it. Yeah, that's the huge point, making a sense out of it. So basically, what I mean by staying open is to, most of the time, for me, it's when I feel I'm getting triggered and a lot of emotions are welling up, to breathe. I take a nice deep breath. It can be that I ask the other person in front of me, I need a moment. Most of the time, it's pretty visible if you're like, okay, wait, give me a moment. So that's what she's saying. Did I understand that correctly? What is it that you're trying to convey to me? I am confused with this statement. Can you please elaborate further, to so that you can make an informed decision? And whether this decision is to ask the other person to please clarify, I don't fully understand your point. What are you trying to tell me? What is it that you want? And things like that, to really clarify. Be Don't let the fear of asking hold you back. This is such a huge thing. If you want to make a wise decision, it needs to be an informed decision. So ask for the clarification that you need. And when you arrive to some kind of conclusion, check in with the person if the conclusion that you've made is making sense to them, if it's resonating with them, if it's resonating with them as true, so that you can step by step work through whatever mess right now is unfolding in the moment. And if it really gets too much to handle, when like you just see red or black or whatever stars are flying around you, you're just like, hey, sorry, I can't handle this right now. I need a moment. Let's give me 5 minutes, or I'm going for a walk and we will continue this. But right now, I can't. I'm getting too triggered. That's okay, as long as you don't fully drop the ball. Then resentment arises and it's another mess. We don't want to create more messes to clean up, ideally. So yeah, that's my first rule for myself. It's to take a deep breath and sort things out. A lot of the time it's just really clarification, and that sometimes I make the dumbest questions, which are honestly the wisest, because you want to understand it's for your sake, and if the other person doesn't want to work with you, then it's easier to say, you know what, fuck off. If you don't want to work with me, then I don't care. I can't, and that's okay. Really, that's totally fine. So that's one aspect. The other aspect is staying true to yourself. I mean, that's a no-brainer and a rabbit hole to go down. What does it actually mean to be honest with yourself or being authentic? Is there a thing as not being authentic? But let's just cut to the case. Honestly, we all know when we are not being authentic with ourselves. And it's also a work on it's a work in progress, I believe, all of your life. There are still plenty of times where after a situation happened, I'm like, oh, I should have said that, or I wanted to say this, or now I understand it better. Great, now you're wiser, and most probably you will get another chance at the situation. What kind of situation it is, honestly. It's just really the importance is not in winning, but in fighting, not giving up, trying your best over and over and over again. And at this point, I also want to say a huge aspect that I learned from my best friend is the number one priority for oneself is to take care of yourself first. If your cup is not filled, you can't help fill the cup of another person. That's a tricky one. I understand there's also the argument when helping others, you fill your cup as well. There is a kind of play happening where, yes, if you sometimes I have most of the time I have enough energy when I'm walking on the street and someone has a great beard or a really cool t-shirt, and I just throw a little compliment their way. They are so grateful, and it makes my day. It fills my cup. So it depends on what you are actually able to do in that moment. And there are moments where I'm like, I can't fucking deal with any person right now. I just want to be with myself, go for a walk in nature, not having to look and smile at anyone's face. That's fine too. That's a learning process as well. That's the thing. Just do it. You will get wise while practicing any things. So at this point, I've been rambling long enough. I'm sure I will. This topic will come up more, and I will cover it in more depth. I want to make a lot of content about highly sensitive people. Since I identify myself as a highly sensitive person, I've accumulated a lot of strategies that, well, not a lot of, but I got to practice a lot of different tools. Some really stuck to me. The deep breath, that's so gold. It's so simple. I can apply it anywhere, everywhere, whenever. It's amazing. And stuff like exercise right now is also developing. So really, I'm just gonna continue creating content for highly sensitive people, and I'll see where this is going. So at this point, I'd like to finish the video. It was amazing. Thank you very much for listening until this point. Please let me know in the comments if you are one of the lucky people that made it until this point. I myself feel very blessed and lucky. So please let me know in the comments. I'd like to get in touch. So that's it. I've got a podcast as well. I'm gonna link it down in the description. And until then, have a wonderful time. Bye.